Hello everyone, this is Goosebumps Godzilla, and today I'm going to be solving two haunted mask mysteries. So I would have been doing a video for each one, but these things are kind of short, and so I figured that I could combine them, do a longer video, and I could also make more Halloween-themed videos for the Halloween season. So, without further ado, let's get started on solving two haunted mask mysteries. Mystery number 1. How did Carly Beth take off the haunted mask the first time? So in the Haunted Mask, Goosebumps book number 11, I believe, Carly Beth put on the mask for the first time when she went out to scare her brother. And in that scene, she scared him half to death, and then with a little bit of a struggle, she was able to take off the haunted mask. And this seems pretty impossible. The second time she put on the haunted mask, it stuck to her face. She had to show a symbol of love in order to get the haunted mask off. So, how exactly did she take it off the first time? This is such a great mystery that the Goosebumps TV series made up its own lore about the haunted mask in the second Haunted Mask, not the second part, but the Haunted Mask 2 episode, claimed that when you put it on 2 times, and then you can't put it on, get it off the 3rd time. And that really doesn't make sense. I mean, it sort of does for the TV series, but TV series, first off, has so many differences from the books, especially that episode, the Haunted Mask 2. There's this huge difference. I mean, they follow the storyline, but they make a few changes, but the Haunted Mask 2 really changed up the story of the Haunted Mask, and this lore does not make sense, because why would that rule even happen? And it just doesn't make sense. If Carly Beth puts on the mask the first time, the mask would probably want to keep her on his face, because he doesn't even know if she will be able to put on the mask the second time. What happens if her mom catches her or something? I mean, the haunted mask can think for themselves. They can say, love us, so that means they have some sort of intellect, and they must strategize something. Like, what happens if she's not able to take off the mask? So it wouldn't willingly let that happen. She'd have to show a symbol of love during that time for her to be able to take off the mask. And just another example of it being impossible, that is actually correct lore on the Haunted Mask, is that in the Haunted Mask 2, Steve Boswell, who's the main protagonist in the book and is the bully in the previous Haunted Mask book, he puts on the haunted mask, not the exact one, it's an old man haunted mask, but he puts it on and he's not even able to take it off the first time. So that lore is automatically incorrect. TV show just made that up. It'll be canon for the TV show, but not canon for the actual books. So, how did she take it off? As I said earlier, it had to be a symbol of love. But how is it a symbol of love scaring your little brother half to death? It doesn't make sense. But then you find this one part. In the scene where the brother is scared out of his wits by the mask, he asks Carly Beth to take it off. He pleads with her, begs her, and she takes it off and eventually succeeds in doing this. In all the other scenes of the book, people ask her to take off the haunted mask, but she refuses. So, what happens if possibly this is showing a symbol of love? And unlike anyone else in the book, she takes off the haunted mask for him because that's her brother, and that's showing a symbol of love. If she didn't like her brother like the main protagonist does to Tara the Terrible, then she would probably kept the mask on and frightened him out of his wits. But no, she didn't. And that automatically shows a symbol of love, and that's how she is actually able to take off the haunted mask the first time. And this might also explain the twist ending in the end of the haunted mask. The little brother puts on the haunted mask this time, and I don't know, if I was Carly Beth, I would beg him to take it off. I would beg him and beg him. And since he seemed to not even know that the mask was supernatural in the sequels, like the Scream of the Haunted Mask, then this is pretty much means that she probably begged him, and he took off the mask, showing a symbol of love for his sister, because he probably wouldn't do it to anyone else. And so there's the answer for this video will actually have 3 mysteries solved on the haunted mask. But anyway, I solved the first mystery of the haunted mask, and now it's time for the second one. Haunted Mask Mystery number 2. Does the Haunted Mask 2 and the Haunted Mask Lives take place in the same year? Both the Haunted Mask 2 and the Haunted Mask Lives supposedly take place in the same year, yet the 2 books never give any recognition to the other book. It's kind of like the Haunted Mask Lives totally X'd out the Haunted Mask 2 from existence. But I want to figure out once and for all, is the Haunted Mask Lives in a separate universe from the Haunted Mask 2? Or do they actually take place same universe in the same year? So let's just think about it. So the Haunted Mask 2 largely takes place during trick-or-treating time. That's the main plot of the book. The bully in the Haunted Mask 2 puts on this new old man mask, and he goes around during trick-or-treating time. And in the Haunted Mask Lives, the main finale takes place before trick-or-treating time. We can tell from this quote. So, before I go into the quote, I have to tell you a bit of backstory behind it. So, in the Haunted Mask Lives, Carly Beth and her best friend Sabrina, I don't know about that, I can't remember. So, they work at this daycare, and the daycare is going to host a Halloween party. And so their employer is asking them to come work at that party, because they need extra hands there because it's a Halloween party. And so she says it will take place before trick-or-treating. So they are still able to go out trick-or-treating after the party is over. So automatically we can see that they have time to put Carly Beth in the Haunted Mask 2 because the whole finale takes place during the on Halloween before trick-or-treating time. And the reason I know the whole finale took place before trick-or-treating time is because from what I remember, the parents of the kids at the daycare never actually came to the party to pick up their kids. So we can see that it takes place before trick-or-treating time. The whole finale and the whole Halloween day. But then you may say, but in the book, doesn't it have, weren't the Carly Beth and Sabrina dressed up as clowns? I'm pretty sure they were dressed up as clowns. But they were dressed up as something different than they were in the Haunted Mask 2. Well, just think about it. You went off against a ghost and the haunted mask, and probably your costume would get pretty messed up. So Carly Beth would probably pick out one of her other older costumes to wear while she went trick-or-treating. So in that case, I think she got the duck costume in the Haunted Mask 2. I'm just thinking about the episode right now. I haven't read the Haunted Mask 2 in a long time. Well, in about a year or so. So I'm gonna reread that one sometime soon. But from what I remember, Carly Beth dressed up as a duck for the Haunted Mask 2. I'm just, right now I'm thinking about the episode, but I'm pretty sure she dressed up as a duck in the Haunted Mask 2. And since that's one of her older costumes from last year, it would be an obvious switch from her messed up earlier costume, which I believe is a clown costume, to her older costume, which is a duck. Well, anyway, those are the 3 mysteries that I solved in this video today. If you like what you see, please subscribe, and also comment down below what you think about these mysteries and your own explanations for them. Also, please, in the comment section below, please give me some inspiration. Just type in some video ideas for me. And that's it. Happy Halloween, and please subscribe.